and the Tigers. If it's NCAA football, it's right here.
With coverage starting at 11:30 a.m. here on Toledo's home for football, ESPN 100.7. The Ticket.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
This is a daily show with Coach Ryan Day, brought to you by Safe Flight Auto Glass. In looking at this point of the season, just asking about how your offense is growing, and now that you've seen what they've done, having to play on the road against a crowd with a lot of noise.
I think what we've tried to do is have the versatility to, one, play in multiple groupings, two, run the ball and throw play action pass in multiple groupings, get the ball to multiple people. You see, we've been utilizing the tight ends. We've utilized multiple running backs. You see what our receivers can do. Then you combine that with the ability to line up and huddle and shorten the game if you believe that's what's right, but then also play faster and elongate the game. So those are all things that, we want to make sure that we're building as the season goes on, so that as these games come into play, we can utilize the strategy we need to best win the game, because that ultimately is what matters. And I think going on the road in this first game, you saw us control the game. We're disappointed that we didn't score the first time down there and that we fumbled early in the game, but we didn't panic. So that was a good sign. Won the middle eight and then ultimately controlled the game. And I think that's maybe a little something different than the way we've looked in the past. But even when we were up, by less than 10 points, I think everybody at sideline felt like, we were going to win the game. The game was under control because of what we were doing, moving the ball on offense. But we need to continually work on making sure that we're maximizing each drive by ending with touchdowns.
Okay, we'll have another comment in just a moment.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safe Light Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelight.com. Safe Light Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
And looking at your most recent game, Ryan, and maybe this dovetails off what you were just talking about, but 8 different players catching passes. Does that help kind of expand the options that are there?
Yeah, and the more guys who catch passes, the more confidence they'll have, the more confidence Julian will have throwing the ball to them. And then it allows us more versatility in terms of our attack and what we're doing, so we don't get narrowed down, and then we can take advantage of personnel groupings and matchups down the road.
Okay, this is the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
At Average Amy's Coffee Corner, our coffee has caffeine, our muffins are cooked, and our services, well, we're here. Come on by for an average cup of joe.
Average doesn't build great businesses. Cumulus Digital does, outperforming industry benchmarks by more than 25%. We deliver smarter digital marketing to over 4,000 local businesses every month and drive real, measurable growth. You're not average. Your marketing results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com to start outperforming today.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hello, it's Mookie. This October, Northwood Jewelers is celebrating 42 years, and that means store-wide savings and a gift for you. Spend $2,500 this month and receive a free, yep, I said free, 4-day, 3-night hotel stay in cities like Orlando, Myrtle Beach, and Las Vegas. From engagements to anniversaries, Northwood Jewelers has both the sparkle and the getaway, also offering interest-free financing. Celebrate 42 years at Northwood Jewelers, 4612 Woodville Road. Service before, during, and after the sale.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic.
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
What are you doing here? Business.
I'm the champion of the world. Ain't nothing can be done about that. I can't be beat, and I won't be beat. This time I'm gonna train even harder. There won't be no quick knockdown.
Because the beating that you got from BCSN. I should have killed you, kid. You didn't.
This country wants to keep me down. They don't want a man like me to have the title because I'm not a puppet like that fool up there.
He's just another fighter. No, he ain't just another fighter. This guy is a wrecking machine. And he's hungry. Killers like this guy. He'll knock you into tomorrow.
I am ranked number one. One! That means I'm the best. Get out my face. And you better get that bad look off your face before I knock it off.
Hard words from a hard man.
Nothing is real if you don't believe in who you are. I reject the challenge. There's no challenge.
Don't listen to it. No, do listen to it. When this is over, a lot of folks are going to owe you an engraved apology. What's your prediction for the fight then?
Prediction?
Yes, prediction.
Pain.
Wild card Wednesday, good day. What shall we say? A lot of things. We always bring the sports talk brought from the Kings. It's always weird. The different things. We talking about winning games, winning rings. You know, them things that they talk about when they bring them out. Yeah, everybody screaming, shout, black and white in these streets. Come through at 4 dude talking on these beats. That is the way I say the meet greet. Yep. Sad. Yeah, unique. What's up, man? Josh Burnham, what's happening, everybody? It's Black and White Sports. He's in here on the shotgun side. Good afternoon, man.
Good afternoon, too. And I think the Guardians might tie this series
Man,
up.
I know I'm good with that, but I'm not good with it all. I already come in with a certain degree of melancholy. I have a melancholy before it starts. It's weird because it's not complete, but I still could come out victorious, I think, in the long run. I better check, but it would have been better if the Tigers had been able to lose by 1 is all I'm really getting at with this whole little gibberish here. But, not mad at it. Guardians winning. This is good. Parlay underway. Or it looks like, Josh, hold on. We are top 9 currently, right? Or switching over. We're going bottom 9 here.
Oh, no, top 9, because this is the Tigers' last chance.
Is it still underway? Hold on. Okay, I guess it hasn't started. Sorry, no outs. Sorry, no outs. I'm looking in the bed now. That's why I saw it. But all right, correlation. So top 9, here we have it. Last go round, but I don't know if the Tigers are really getting ready to mount, 6 runs here. Get out of here. I don't see that.
That's the beauty of baseball. Anything can happen.
Wild Card Wednesday, people. We are in full bloom. Motion is underway. Okay. Dads, Cubs, game 2. Dads responding thus far. What are we doing, Josh? Top 4 on that one. 1-0 is your current count.
The San Diego Super Padres looking to tie the series.
Yeah, man. So we in here today, midweek. We try to glide with it. You guys know this. So welcome back in. Black and White Sports is what they call it. The fastest $1.20 in sports is how we refer to it. And we certainly appreciate you being willing to do it. Win each day, 4 to 6, Monday through Friday. Thank you very much. I am Andre of the Savages. That's going to be the identification. And this other cat, Josh Burnham, as I mentioned. Now, later, I think, who's here? Andy's in later. We got Andy. Impress is back. We like Impress. Impress has been climbing. I like Impress. From Monday to Tuesday, did you see I saw the improve, Josh. I saw the progress right there in one day. Who knows what he'll do today?
Yeah, I mean, once after real life happens, he'll pop in and see how much he'll impress us even more.
Yeah, absolutely, man. DJ Impress. I got to do that too, man. I didn't give him his ad. I got to let him do his ad. I'll let him do it. He can tell you. But let me go ahead and give you a preview. You want to book a DJ somewhere. He does the whole thing. So, but I'll let him, do that and flex his muscle on that side. But we'll try to flex ours in saying thank you to my friends at the Bellamere Suites. We encourage you to revisit Fun Romance there. Yes, Perrysburg, Ohio. Many of you are familiar with the original location, but did you know that there is a secondary location, but certainly not a secondary mentality when we tell you we've set up shop in Cumming, GA. That's suburban Atlanta, everyone. So when you call 866-499-BELLA, that's 2352. Well, the reservations flow just as smooth and fluid as they would in either locale. So make sure you do it. The weekend is approaching. Revisit Fun Romance, but you don't have to wait till the weekend. Yeah, to have a frisky frasky. Just make sure you're in the Fun Romance. That's all we say to you. Do that. Also, speaking of ladies, we're brought to you in part by my good friends at the Bassett Nut Company. But you might recall formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. I was talking to Rachel yesterday, Josh, and she wants me to let the people know we'll be giving them the address because the move is on. She's looking forward to the move, getting that underway. So certainly appreciates any mentioning that we do about this. And there will be definitely targeted, strategic, announcements and so forth coming. Offers will go with this. You guys will want to stay tuned for some snackeries. There are big bags of nuts for your mouth there. And she doubled down, Josh. She said, you get on the air and say big bags of nuts.
And for that troll out there who's complains about it, sorry about your luck.
I'm sorry. The woman pays the bill. I'm good on what's going down. Want to have problems? Why don't you call? Perhaps stop in and complain about that ad. So the lady has spoken. Big bags of nuts it is. Formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn, just for the immediate time in that Bar 145 Plaza on Monroe Street. Stop in. Follow up. Check this out. You don't have to take my word. I know you never believe me. That's fine. Do what you do. But just get some big bags of nuts. Okay? Also, in part by my good friends at Mama Mary's, but you'll hear about that at the top of the hour as we get into the traffic side. So it's a 2-hour frame. We enjoy you being here with us. Okay, 877-909-1007 is how you reach us. Text us. We like this. Certainly feel free to call on the Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call line. But away we go into this Wild Card Wednesday. So it has been interesting, eventful thus far. Last night, we probably should talk about some of that, Josh. We should ring the bell, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, we're due for a ringing of the bell.
Yeah, we should probably ring, and we'll get to that. We have, again, Cubs dads playing. Cubs bested yesterday, and we have game 2 in progress. Also, Tigers guards should be wrapping up shortly if they have not. Last count, guards 6, Tigers 1. Whoa. That seems to certainly cry out for a narrative today. Looking forward to Sandman conversation. You'd have to. All right. But with that, let us move forth and salute our man, Anthony Butler. Who's that? Well, he's the master barber and stylist. Ladies.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
And as we mentioned on this October 1, ring the bell, fourth quarter begins. Oh, we got to finish strong, everybody, all friends. Yes, yesterday, Tigers took one to play. Set it off a new way, 15 loss, but they still had a good day. But the Guardians say next day, we're going to flip this script. But talk about yesterday because it's ring the bell time. Come on, stay the grip. Yo, 2-1 was the final open series. Go ahead, Josh is vital.
Tarek Skubal got the win.
Hey.
Struck out 14.
Yeah.
Bats went silent for the Guardians.
Wow. On time. Do that, Josh. Bust through on the rhyme. What's next?
Well, right now it's 6-1 Guardians, top of the ninth, 2 on for the Tigers, 1 out. So the Tigers are trying to mount a rally.
It might fall short. I doubt that. It's bad. Okay, Josh, go. You was waiting on the rhyme too. No, I didn't have it. I didn't have a line.
Well, moving on to the Super Padres and the Cubbies.
Yep, as we mentioned, Cubs best the dads yesterday. 3-1 was your final. That was strange too. They got me. See, I got clipped on that one because we had the Padres man run line there. That's what I'm saying. See, that's how they got. Everything else one run. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2 home runs by Seiya Suzuki and Carson Kelly, providing the bulk of the offense for the Northsiders. As looking at the figures, as a famous man once says, Palencia got the win relief as Boyd's got the start. As for the dads, as we like to call them, Pavetta got the loss and not much offense, 4 hits, 1 run. The Padres lose 3-1, and right now they're trying to get one back, leading 1-0 as the game continues on as we speak.
I still feel like they might poop this away. I don't know. I hope they don't, though, because I think they could be an interesting matchup later on. But I don't know. Something doesn't seem right. Seem like they would have been a little bit more progressive here today. But nonetheless, this is the one last night that got me. We're going Sox. Yeah, thank you. Sox, Yankees, and once again, bittersweet, because I'm on here telling you, everybody, and I know I said it talking to Andy, give me the Sox. That's where I'm going, money line, etc. But the problem is I had the punk-ass Yankees on another parlay and blew it up. Everything else we said yesterday was official. Even the ladies, because we said Ace's money line, even though we were loving the fever, we were liking the points and things, but I left that parental advisory even there. And I know I said Red Sox, we're going money line because I didn't like the Yankees. I don't trust them, but I had already had it in, everybody. This was a ticket I had in. So anyway, bittersweet, like I said. And I didn't necessarily, let me not take credit too, because the Reds, that was janky. I was janky. Go ahead. We can move to that too, Josh. We want to jump to the Reds because that was where we really had that was the only frame yesterday where there was some out of handness to the competition, which was alarming too, because that was painful. I thought my man Green was going to explode, but these boys came right from the door, man. Ohtani right from the door to go ahead and kill everybody's momentum and spirit. Take all of that back to the 5-1-3. You're not on this level. That's what yesterday felt like. I'm very interested to see what the Reds do today. 10-5, though, was the final in that one. Sorry.
All they got to do is cool off Shohei Ohtani, who was October Shohei, as he had 2 home runs in that game, and he was joined in the homer parade by Teosar Hernandez, who also hit 2. And looking at the figures, also home runs. Let's see. In other words, it was a 10-5 Dodger victory, so they surged their dominance. Reds have not won a postseason game since 1995, which is a very long time.
I feel like we get ready to get one tonight, though. I think they got more heart than that. I didn't like the Dodgers sashaying, and I know I'm probably going to regret this too, because I feel like I got the Dodgers picked here because I'm trying to be logical. It didn't seem like they belonged out there last night in the Reds. I mean, and I'm gonna need to see something. I just would like to see what they come with today, even if they fall short. I would like to see them perform a little bit different than yesterday. But because them guys, man, the Dodgers are a little bit too cool for school yesterday, so it would be cool to see that kind of roll back on them.
Oh, update right now. Bases loaded. Tigers got the bases loaded.
Stop it.
2
Are
out,
you serious?
2 out, still 6-1.
Man, stop this madness. No. But no, it's not. I can't get it. I can't get hyped. Okay. As soon as I start grinning and getting hyped, that's when the whole thing, there's no way this is going to happen. And anything like compelling is going to go on here. Goodness word, man. Tigers, let's let it end, man. Let's just move on to the next one. All right, let us move on, everybody. On this Wild Card Wednesday, we're in the midst of it. MLB at center stage. Yes, when I come back, I got to get to the thing with the ladies. Spirited effort, but follow up to yesterday and the fallout and the confrontational statements, so on and so forth. But we really have to raise this question, though, as though we weren't really looking, and I don't hear a lot of clamor. Could someone explain how come, since we've decided that Joe Flacco's experiment is now complete, we've wrapped that up, Shedeur Sanders still finds himself in the 3rd slot on the depth chart of the Cleveland Browns franchise? That's very strange to me. I'd like to discuss that. My man Impress is back. Let me ask him, even though I know he probably hates the Browns. He's a Steeler man, but still, nonetheless, I got to ask somebody has to have a different understanding than me, because I don't have one at all. I am very unclear. It's the fastest $120 in sports. Thank you for being in here on a Wednesday. Glass City and beyond. 100.7 ESPN in the Glass City. The Ticket. We will return. It's Black and White Sports. Sit tight.
The takes are cold. The delivery is savage. Black and White Sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
From the Lakes Concrete Coatings Traffic Center, report of an accident Kingston Avenue southbound near Navarre. Other than that, we're all clear. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
Find just what you're looking for at Yark Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Yark! Can't find it? We've got it. Toledo's best selection. Lease ending soon? We'll take it early so you can get into a new Jeep sooner. Plus, we're Toledo's Ram truck headquarters. Built for work. Ready for anything. Trade in, trade up, and get top dollar for your vehicle. Yark! Visit us online today at Yark Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.com.
Come get more. Yeah.
driving record, credit score, even if you're not insured right now.
Okay, I'm calling right now.
Don't settle for the same auto insurance plan. Find out how you can save up to $650 a year on auto insurance. There's no obligation, no hassle, just real savings you can start putting back in your pocket today. Call 800-735-2036. That's 800-735-2036. One last time, 800-735-2036.
Black and white sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Preparing to watch a whack-ass Cowboy Bears game. Don't mess with the Cowboys here. But here's the twist on it. And this is where I said another commentary we got off before they went to TV with it. This is the Caleb Williams special. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Watch. But that's what we do. I figured out what the plot is with the Cowboys. Because their attention is not about them winning, because they are the entertainment capital. If you guys think about this historically, how many years have you seen people perform their best performance in history against Dallas? Live on, and usually it's always on TV in front of the damn nation.
Join Andre of the Savages, weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
You saying LeBron is better than Michael Jordan?
Well, nah, I'm not. I just think LeBron the greatest. He did everything.
I think you delusional. There's too much delusion. Yo, we can't have top tier people being delusional.
Nah,
we already got everybody delusional out here. You're adding to the schizophrenia. You got this up.
Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
Abracadabra like that. It's magical every day in here, all right? 4 to 6 p.m. It's called Black and White Sports. Thank you for being with us. I am Andre of the Savages. My man Josh Burnham is in here alongside as always. He said to add my new guy to the fray. I mean, he's been rolling. I never know what's going to happen, man. I get nervous. I didn't want to overdo it, right? But he kept wanting to come back through. He said, I'm good, man. And keep showing up. So, you know, he might keep doing it. So we like when we get to expand the conversation. But before we do it here, thank you guys for being with us on this Wednesday. We're trying to roll through. 877-909-1007 is how you can hit us up. Text. As a matter of fact, say something nice to our new guy anyway. We get ready to bring DJ Impress in here, man. We didn't get anything, Josh. And Josh did not appreciate that either. The non-interaction. Especially because we're kind, always moving you to Mama Mary's and things. Shout out again, man, Hightower. Can somebody repeat that this week? Send us a winner. Text us winners. You will be eating good because you're helping us do it.
We love winners and winners only.
So we do it. Wager Warriors around here. It's Black and White Sports, everybody. So thank you. And don't forget to my good neighbor brothers in the fray of the 4-hour window that we have here in Toledo, Ohio. Live radio, talking, sports, and everything else. Life kind of game is moving around, right? That's the Denny radio offering. Happens at 2 to 4 every day, and we take it over, man. So shout out to the big dog. Appreciate my guys in Hollywood. Chris, man, the disgruntled coach. Chris, yep, I'm telling on you, let it be known. They don't think me and Chris is cool. Josh, they think that about you and I. They think we in here, you know, again, throwing, you know, abrasions at each other and things. And it's not like that, Josh. It's a brothership.
Where did they ever get that idea from?
Right. I don't understand this.
Everybody's a critic. Everyone wants to take pot shots. Everyone wants to knock them down a few square pegs or two.
Man, I would never exhibit the type of behavior that would warrant a striking. Let me go ahead and strike right now. As all guests are brought to you by the Wake Up Call line of the Bellamere Suites. Right? Revisit Fun Romance, everybody. 866-499-BELLA. DJ Impress, the one and only Monty Features, everybody, in case you didn't know. Quick background again, because we're going to repeat this a time or two, man, till we get familiar with our guy. And we certainly have enjoyed his company and rocking with us this week in this early part of it, all right? Former All-City man, basketball, but, you know, I got him in here really to kind of talk football or what have you. So, you know, he got a few years under his belt, man, HBCU, Fort Valley State. So, you know, we ain't got to do a lot of this bragging, but he could play. He could do some stuff. He's a large person. He's a big guy and he's intimidating, and a lot of people don't really understand how silly he is. You know, hey, Monty, I was talking to Pooh yesterday. Pooh didn't realize it was silly like that. He didn't know. He's like, Monty, he was like, I always know Monty the bad. No, I know Monty he'll do something too. You don't really want to take him to a bad place, but you know, he's a giggler.
They say I'm a gentle giant. I take that.
I was like, you gotta, you know, what I told him was, nah, he ain't for the nonsense. Is what Impress is. Impress is not interested in the nonsense. You know, when people are playing the nonsensical games, that could run short. That would be my recommendation to the general populace. But other than that, yes, a community advocate is certainly a fine gentleman of the people, man. But good day to you, sir. But thank you again for being with us. Glad you keep coming back through, bro.
Appreciate it. Appreciate being here.
Let me see. Where we going be getting? You know what? I got to do this. First and foremost, let me come back because you were here when we got into this sort of swamp land yesterday. Now, difficult to throw it into the foreground on a day or a week like we have right now, or these consecutive days of Major League Baseball presence and their, you know, dominance over the sports landscape, postseason play, sudden death energy on it and all of that. So very difficult to make a case to sit up and talk WNBA at any point, especially, you know, in an audience like ours. But, you know, we got a few cats out there to kind of roll with it. Not many. And I know I'm probably one of the lone warriors in terms of, you know, a general following that's consistent. But as you guys know around here, you know, no real competitive arena is safe. You know, wagers go all around, and they are certainly not discriminatory where the females are concerned. And so, as far as I'm concerned, hey, you can kiss my grits if you're not watching the WNBA. Do your thing. But nonetheless, they got down last night. And before I even really get to the game, which was incredible in the overtime situation, in a sudden death situation, also there with the ladies, 107-98 the final, but wasn't necessarily indicative of the actual story and what the Fever were able to do. And I think that a real salute is warranted for these ladies. I don't think that they'll get it by and large from the sports community with respect to their story and their journey, Impress. But even before I kind of get into that, because I could save some of that conversation with the game, I want to come back to this thing with Sister Collier here yesterday and the laceration that she threw out in terms of the political space and the indictment on the administration of the WNBA. And it was loud, it was swift, it was efficient, and it was certainly effective. You know what I'm saying? And I said it yesterday, we're going to hear some fallout. And it's one of those things that on a side note, it's probably going to be under stress because we're just going to deal with the issue at hand. But when we talk about Nafisa Collier and just being a leader with respect to, you know, players union and that whole arrangement, and just being a representative and a spokesperson, really taking the necessary leadership stand, knowing that it is quite possible others may be silent in the support that they know that they have for her, because the message that she's sending is not necessarily going to be met with favorable response and quite possibly repercussionary energy. Impress. We said that. You even talked about that. I hope that people don't leave her out to dry. Well, before I have you take off on this, let you hear Queen Asia Wilson here coming off an incredible victory. Like I just said, Aces win that game last night, by the way, and she definitely clowned like an MVP perennial would do, and doing like you ask when we talk about these players that are supposed to deliver, since we're always in front of the camera. But that's another conversation. But since, you know, she did that, I want to celebrate that. But another leader, Impress, another foreground presence in this league, and certainly, if not the face, I would have to say face 1A of this league. So you got these two ladies that are not, you know, outside of Caitlin Clark. These are probably your two most noteworthy ladies. Let me let you hear her comments and her retort to what went down yesterday. And then we'll actually share the comments of the commissioner in response to Collier. But here's Asia Wilson of the Vegas Aces.
Had an opportunity to listen to Fee, and I just want to say I was honestly disgusted by the comments that Kathy made. But at the same time, I'm very appreciative that we have people like Fee in our committee of our Players Association representing us, because that's where we're going to have to continue to make the push to stand on what we believe in. And I'm grateful to have those type of people be able to continue to speak up for us. And I'm gonna ride with Fee always, because she knows, obviously she's a business girly and she has her own stuff going on. But moving forward, we got to continue to stand on business as we talk about this CBA negotiation.
And that's a powerful remark right there. Now we start talking about solidarity and how to put that on display. And there's a lot of avenues I could go with this, but first and foremost, shout out, salute, man. And matter of fact, everybody clap. And brother, everybody clap too, because that's how you do it, ladies. That's how you represent. Damn it, we standing with feet. You heard what she said. Go ahead and Press. You respond to that. I'm going to share the commissioner here in a minute.
So that is the best case scenario, right? The commissioners, to me, when I heard the commissioner's remarks.
And let me do that then. Since you did, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to interrupt, but since you said it that way, if you don't mind, let me sidestep as Impress set that up. Let me share the comments of Kathy Engelberg, WNBA commissioner. Quote, I am disheartened by how Nafisa characterized our conversations. I imagine you are. And league leadership. But even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver. Go ahead and Press. You can do that because that's too much I could do in the comedy space with that. I'm not satisfied with that remark, Commissioner, especially if this is what we have on the record and we've gone with this worldwide. I imagine you are disheartened by the comments and the categorization of the conversations, but go ahead, bro.
So when you couple that with Collier's comments, it's a sense of arrogancy there that's being broken down, right? Like, how dare you question what I do? But when all the players collectively speak out on it, and then you have people behind the scenes starting to make comments and saying that, yeah, there's a need for a change, some kind of change. When you make those, the comments she made, like I said, one was arrogant, but it was so shallow, like not even really defending anything, not denying anything of that sort. It made it seem, like I said, I took it as a very arrogant statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is, and without the players, she doesn't have a product to be that. I could see if they were doing NBA numbers, right? And the product is selling itself. You need those players, right, especially Asia Wilson, Collier, Caitlin Clark, to sell the league. So for you to take that stance is like, oh, y'all to just be happy that this is here for you. No, it's totally backwards, totally upside down, and I think the voices are going to come, and they're going to come loud. They're going to come collective, and they're going to come swift as well.
Talking to my man Monty Features here, and he's right on here. You know what? I'm sitting here thinking about this. Black and White Sports, everybody, and we had to veer off from our playoff situations here. MLB, we understand what's going on. It's hot. We'll update as we go. But this situation with these ladies is very significant. And again, like he said, the posturing and the arrogance of the remarks to say you should be grateful. I believe that I feel like I get the ideology behind that. Let me say that first, because people will think we just crazy here because we can't talk about everything is money, and that's always in the foreground. We understand this, but there are a majority of the people interested. Because again, as a follower of the Fever and things, a couple of times I've been engaging with those fans, and just the other day on Friday, and so I kind of want to spin it toward the people that have ingratiated themselves to this league, to the energy and to the spirit of the competition that is just the ladies, because they still got butts in these seats at these arenas going on here. All right. And that's not on TV. Madam Commissioner. But I get it. Lord knows I understand the TV angle. I get the executive part, the TV part, the talent part, the sports part, the commodity part, all of it, right? But that was very disrespectful to these ladies. Now, ladies, where it hurts you is because, see, what happens is the public has a recollection and this recognizance of you guys perhaps maybe overstating your platform a little too soon, where maybe had an act like this happen in press, then they could have went with the move they wanted to go with during, say, the All-Star time.
Right.
And the only reason that didn't play as well and didn't resonate properly is because they didn't really go out and do their jobs that night. When we all talked about the game, that is not what we wanted to see. Like, if we could have what we've been seeing with this playoffs here, with what the ladies been doing, I understand a lot of people, you guys are probably not looking at this. Well, I've been looking at this. All right. I even sidestepped some NFL to get over here and make sure I'm saying, well, I got my money on the line. I don't know what y'all, I'm not even in it like that, all that other, you know, what it's supposed to be going on. I'm trying to see where things is hot and where I'm focused. And at the end of the day, these ladies have performed. I can't complain about anything. I got competitive. Like I said, I'm going to take this break real quick because I didn't get to really highlight how the Fever gave us an effort that, see, these things and the timing of these things really go and sort of, they really endorse this statement right now. And see, this is probably going to end, if they take the stubborn stance, meaning the administration, the league, if you will, and those parties, I think we could be looking out. You guys have heard grumblings of this. There could be a lockout situation. Obviously, you guys recall the men went through it, but it kind of does start to become a little bit about the fairness of it because the people are still coming. Even in the face of Caitlin Clark, the Fever might argue we didn't sink and we stayed afloat. Yes, we cut these prices. I remember because I'm looking, I know for a fact how the percentage and the chop off of those ticket prices once that lady wasn't on that court. You know what I mean? And so it's deep, man. It's just right. Just do good business. I hope somebody can find some sort of rationale to do good business. Do those ladies right. Because again, then as a father of a young lady, if she were a hooper, I tried to put it and frame it there. How would I feel then? Because my daughter's out here, we risking life and limb. Then we got officials out here that's letting her get cracked up and jammed up because we playing football, physical play that ladies probably shouldn't be playing. So why are we even endorsing that style of play? Why are we not officiating and legislating throughout these games where there's a little bit more safety? Because again, every other time we want to say that the lady should be held in a certain regard with respect to how the society embraces her. But now we're going to see, I don't know. It's too much of these grayness, and we don't like to do it, man. But let me step aside real quick because I get on soapboxes and press. I go crazy sometimes. I got to stay focused around here. All right, we come back one final time. Well, man, DJ Impress is in here. Monty Features, everybody. All right, we like that, and we welcome him again. So we're rolling along, and we will continue the conversation into the second hour. But we have a first one to finish. Sit tight. It's Black and White.
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
From the Lakes Concrete Coatings Traffic Center, report of an accident Kingston Avenue southbound near Navarre. Other than that, we're all clear. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the Big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle?
the past 2 decades, KNR has proudly supported Ohio families and stood by them in their moments of need. When life takes an unexpected turn, there's one thing that's remained the same. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
Black and White Sports is now.
No allows. We got you on file. Yep, every day you like the crocodile. All these tears, all these years, you got on the track and let out your fears. Bouncing around, jumping on the track, trying to disguise your ass is whack. Then we out here, we got your back. Hell no, these is the facts. You lost, it's a cost. You out here fronting, you not a boss. Either way, we gon' toss. And then we get to my show.
Monday through Friday.
From 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
You a Laker fan or you a LeBron fan?
I'm a Laker fan. I ain't even want LeBron to be on the Lakers. What? Yeah.
It still upset me when I think about it. None of us did. None of us wanted LeBron to come to the Lakers. In fact, that's how we determined if you was a real Laker fan. If you was happy about LeBron coming to the Lakers, we didn't look at you as a real Laker fan.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
And
100.7 The Ticket.
we still don't. I can't believe we're starting another season. He was even at the pictures. He was there. He showed up. I was hoping he wouldn't show. I'm like, why can't you do something else? You can't do nothing else but hoop?
Man, you be hard on LeBron, man.
Yes. Monty, this is not a good. I don't know how often you ever listened to it before you got on the show, man. It's not a safe space for LeBron. The LeBron sexual thing is not good around here, and you know what's unfortunate? I don't know about you, but I look at guys differently because I'm saying I don't understand, especially at a certain age. Like everybody, like my brother's age, those guys, my younger brothers, man, they get an excuse because that's all they saw. They only grew up watching ball and seeing him. So those guys get to act silly, and they still need to be questioned. Shout out to my man, Young Grant, out there. I like his podcast. Man, we have to check. I'm going to get everybody check him out, man. Get his permission to promote. But nonetheless, yeah, man. So, you may hear some things and some items here and there that'll float through, man. All right, everybody, welcome back in here. Black and White Sports. It's a wild card Wednesday because the MLB is rocking right now. What I didn't do, I got my man Monty Features in here, everybody. New addition to the program. We hope we don't run him off, man, and he wants to keep on rocking with us. But you know what I didn't get to do, because I don't think we got a chance to ask you yesterday your thoughts or any comments on what we've seen in 2 games. Guardians respond today, impressed, 6-1 your final. Tigers look like they tried to mount a threat there in their last at bat. But nonetheless, they come up short. We have a 1-1 situation. Game 3 tomorrow, right, Josh? We still this is still in Cleveland.
Game 3 tomorrow in Cleveland.
Yep.
In Cleveland.
1 p.m. start. Be there, aloha.
And I like, you know what? I like that. Nobody really talked about that because a lot of times with these things, even with a short series, because I was just talking about the ladies WNBA. They had short series in early rounds and they still traveled. Okay. Well, I like this though. It's the 3-game frame in the higher seeded city. And that's a good look. You know what I mean? Because you should have to earn your way out of there. And Detroit, if it's official, moving on, it's time to go in here and handle this work. But who starts tomorrow is going to be key. But I didn't get a comment from you, brother, on the baseball at all. So my bad, man.
That's all right. I was watching the game right before we jumped on, and them Cleveland bats came. They came alive a little bit for like just when they needed it. So
yeah, and that's been. I mean, in essence, that's what's been going on though too. But it's all right. It's okay because I felt like that was a much safer bet. I'm underway with a parlay here too, but I still could have doubled up on this because the Tigers should have, lost that by a run. But what is this, Josh? There's something breaking.
We have starting pitchers for Game 3.
Oh Lord, I'm getting ready to be nervous. Hold on, Josh. Don't say this fast, please.
I'll start with Cleveland's first.
Do that.
Slade Ciccone will get the start for the Guardians.
Not mad
for
at
the
that.
Tigers.
Oh,
Jack Flaherty.
Ah, damn! Ah!
Tigers going home.
Yeah.
Tigers going home. That's it, everybody. That's it. That's it. You got to, Josh. What was the last outing? He got rocked the last time we saw him. You know why I'm asking this? Because I'm going to try to reverse psychologize the universe and say we're due. He has to have a good game because he does have a good game every 8 outings. Perhaps we might land on the appropriate lucky square.
Okay, the last starts September 24th, ironically against the Guardians. 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs.
Not really, that doesn't really excite me. But listen, people, I don't know how many of you are. We know we got Tiger enthusiasts, but everybody may not really get the gravity of this man starting this game. This is this is life or death here. This is not the guy you want. That's all I can say. Whatever type of day Flaherty has, we hope it's just in the stars and garters for the Tigers. That's all you can say. I feel like I say that because even though the mojo appears to be with Cleveland, I don't think it's realistic to expect Cleveland to have a longer run. For some reason, because of the position that Detroit has been in and because of the expectation that they established, I like them going further, impressed. You know what I mean? If it comes to that and one team has to move on, I don't like it in the hands of Cleveland. But I'm telling you, hold on, man. Hold on, everybody. We got to check this because this will tell us the tale. Because this line should be posted as they usually are right at the conclusion of the game. And yes, we have it, everybody. Cleveland is favored here. It's almost a pick 'em, but not quite. The lean is still toward the Guardians because we know that Flaherty is starting, damn it, and they know it. That is the bottom damn line.
But I tell you what, though, hopefully Cleveland hasn't exhausted, their bets. You know what I mean? Do or die situation.
But they have the better picture. I should, and what I just said, I might have to eat those words because again, there are more pitchers. The Guardians have more. Right. Schoolboy is all we really working with in terms of what we can bet on. Lord knows, I know.
That's what I was about to say. Once you get past Schoolboy,
that's it. It's jank-a-lank. It is jank-a-lank, as we saw today.
It's a toss-up, right?
Man, and Flaherty is nothing of a hopeful prospect. Okay, but we got that going on. All right. Nonetheless, we got to wrap up the first hour around here. We'll come back. We'll continue this, though. Sandman should be joining here shortly. Hour 2. We'll get into the Mama Mary's mozzarella minutes around here. Okay, we like to do that traffic jam style as we cross the 5 o'clock hour. And we have begun the fourth quarter of business, people. Q4. Impressed, before we break out, let me do this. Talk to him, man, because I've been messing up. I meant to do it Monday. Totally tricked that off. And then, like I said, yesterday, no better. Got to let the people know about your entrepreneurial interests, okay? Mr. Monty features everybody, not just the new, incredible star on the rise talent in the sports commentating industry. Oh, no, not just that. There's a backstory, sir. Tell the people what you do, man, before we get out of here in the first hour.
First and foremost, I could say coming up on 30 years, I have been known as DJ Impress, rocking parties nationwide, that deal. Premiere Screenings, check out premierescreeningsllc.com. We partner with the city of Toledo. We host community movie nights. I have a youth program called Play Positive Learning Activities for Youth. It's a mental health program. So just keeping a face in the community, giving back. As most good citizens do.
Absolutely. And again, the no nonsense. Remember the no nonsense. All that he's grinning, but there's a no nonsense component there, everybody. All right, that's our number 1. Okay, you guys get back in here. It is a Wild Card Wednesday. We rolling. We're keeping you updated on the diamond and a few more conversations to have. College football would certainly be specifically what I mean, and this Browns situation. Come on, Browns. What is this really about, man? What is it really about? Flacco's not starting anymore, everyone. We're going with the young guy from Oregon. Fine. But Shedeur Sanders isn't the backup. How does that work, Maybe Impress can explain that to me. He knows more about the depth charts. I don't know. Maybe he can give me that scenario. Somebody, we'll talk to Sandman too. We'll get it from Cleveland and see what's going down. Hour number 2, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Sit tight. Wild Card Wednesday. Black and white.
Get ready, race fans. The Owens Corning 200 ARCA Menard Series National Championship is this Saturday at the Toledo Speedway. Witness the speed, action, and future stars of NASCAR. And next time you're at Menards, grab your tickets and save $10. More info at ToledoSpeedway.com.
Football Sunday on ESPN Radio.
Let's go! Faster!
When it comes to processing and preparation and passion for the game, I bring those at a really high level.
Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos head to the link to face the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles.
The game and the work that you put into the game never lie to you. To be 4-0, that's good. Don't let good get in the way of great.
The Broncos at the Eagles.
Coverage begins at 12 noon this Sunday here on Toledo's Home for Football, 100.7 The Ticket.
Black and white sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Preparing to watch a whack-ass Cowboy-Bears game. Don't mess with the Cowboys here. But here's the twist on it. And this is where I said another commentary we got off before they went to TV with it. This is the Caleb Williams special. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Watch. Because that's what we do. I figured out what the plot is with the Cowboys. Because their attention is not about them winning. Because they are the entertainment capital. If you guys think about this historically, how many years have you seen people perform their best performance in history against Dallas? Live on, and usually it's always on TV in front of the damn nation.
Join Andre of the Savages, weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket. His store and more, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
I'm Omar Reese with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel confirming that receiver Tyreek Hill's season is over after he tore multiple ligaments in his knee in Monday night's win over the Jets. Hill's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, saying the surgery on Tuesday went very well, and the goal is for Hill to return for the start of next season. Elsewhere, 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy did not practice on Tuesday ahead of tomorrow's game against the Rams. Purdy felt some soreness in his toe Monday morning after his return on Sunday. Head coach Kyle Shanahan did not rule out Purdy for the game, saying he will start if they feel he can play up to 100% of his ability. And the Vikings are hoping to see quarterback J.J. McCarthy back at practice soon. Head coach Kevin O'Connell saying they want to see him practice in some capacity this week. McCarthy has missed the last 2 games with a high ankle sprain. The Vikings remain in Europe, taking on the Browns in London Sunday. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings Wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80%.
Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Want wagers that win? Weekdays will walk you to the window. Tune into Best Bets on Black and White Sports, 4 to 6 p.m. on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes.
In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Call the number on your screen.
Call 1-800-847-1652. 1-800-847-1652. 1-800-847-1652.
Feels good.
Black and White Sports.
May 23rd, 2025. Seriously, right now, get the money line at this value. I'm telling you like this. I'm getting in, I'm putting this in play. And I'm trying to help right now take Minnesota to win tomorrow. And then we will come back game 4 and take OKC. I'm telling you right now, seriously.
Timberwolves and Thunder.
The game 4 would be Monday. Or Tuesday. Monday. Bam. Okay, so there it is. Saturday and Monday.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7 The Ticket.
ZipRecruiter.
To live here, serve here in the Ohio Army National Guard.
It means I can attend college full-time and not have to take out student loans to pay for my tuition.
It means I can work my civilian job during the week and support my state and nation in times of need.
You too can live here, serve here as a member of the Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with full-time benefits at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Searching for the best place to get both classic and creative pizzas? Visit Pizza Cat and build your pizza as weird as you want. Perks towards future orders by visiting pizzacat.com. Now with 2 Toledo locations, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza.
It's a motherfucker driving a Ferrari, mad that he got a Ferrari. But it's a motherfucker in a Honda wishing he had a Ferrari. It's a motherfucker riding a bike wishing he had a Honda. It's a motherfucker at a bus stop wishing he had a fucking bike. It's a motherfucker homeless on a bench wishing he had coffee and be on a bus because it's too fucking cold outside. It's a motherfucker in a hospital bed wishing he was fucking homeless to even walk because he's paralyzed. There's a motherfucker dead, burning in hell right now, wishing he was fucking a paraplegic, so at least, even though his body don't work, his mouth works, and he be praying every motherfucking day, trying to avoid going to hellfire. Be grateful, man. You know what I'm saying? Be grateful. And never let desperation change your destination. Never let frustration change your destination. Never let temptation change your destination. Yeah, it's hard, but it's worth it. God is hard, but he's not denying you. He's delaying you, and that delay is preparation.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
However you may be listening, whatever you may be into, we appreciate each and every one of you for making us a part of your situation every day, 4 to 6 p.m. We do it Monday through Friday. We are in here. We are some funny guys, or, well, at least we think so. We'll see how this next hour or two is going to go. Huh? 877-909-1007 is how you get in on it. Call us, talk to us, or certainly text us remarks. And again, well wishes for my man, DJ Impress. We're acting crazy around here. You guys should be more hospitable than that. We bring new cats and talent onto the program, man. It's a weird world for people to walk into, but we do that, and we certainly appreciate you allowing us to do so. We are brought to you by my good friends at the Bellamere Suites, Perrysburg, Ohio, all the way to Cumming, GA. That's suburban Atlanta, 866-499-BELLA. But let's be frank. This hour, or certainly the next half of it until the bottom of the hour. We are in the midst of the Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes. Mama Mary's Pizza, authentic New York style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Mozzarella Minutes, watch out!
You get the cheese.
Oh, he got finesse. You see, he went high when he went at his cheese. He's an artist. Josh Berterman here, everybody. Alongside, as always, I am Andre of the Savages as we begin. Like I said, hour number 2 is underway after the halftime. Fourth quarter has begun, everybody. October 1st. Thank you for being here. Andy Sanzada set to join the program. Our 216 boots on the ground. Got to hear from him right about now. It's Cleveland Talk. DJ Impress is here. You heard from him. Hour 1, he's been here all week. We like that. Hopefully that continues. So football chatter, got to hear from him. I need some questions answered. I'm unclear on where we are. I felt like we had a hintery at this conversation yesterday, as it was, I think it was John Ski who broke the situation. Because I was got a Sports Center and these boys with the little red lower third. That was this morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Black and White had said that yesterday about who was, Peter Gabriel and Dylan Brooks and everybody was going to take it over, right? We knew this leaving here yesterday. But Mr. Sanzada, good afternoon. First and foremost, pleasantries, respect due. How are you?
Yes. I'm good, man. The Guardians are alive.
I know you want to go off. I know you want to go. It's Wild Card Wednesday. So listen, come on right in, because I got Brown's conversation for you, but I want you to go ahead, man. We've been rocking updates going on as we go right now. Padres up 3-0, everyone. Bottom 6 currently. Cubs not really responding right now. I don't like this. This is a problem for me. I want everybody to know this. I took the Padres yesterday, and now I'm getting finessed. But Andy, where we at, man? You excited? You're alive. Game 3, and guess what? You get Flattery. You're going on. You're moving forward, Andy. Cleveland's going on.
I knew you would have an issue with that, but honestly, he's pitched really well against us this year. So, but I think we've seen him enough to hopefully, win the series tomorrow. Today was about the offense. And if you recall yesterday, I said that today's winner would be the team that scored runs. And I know that sounds obvious, but when you look at yesterday's game, it was a 2-1 final. Today, the Guardians just came alive in the 8th inning, and they got 6 runs across the board. Or 5 runs across the board, I should say. Bo Naylor with a 3-run homer, ROKU with the game-tying home run to break the tie and give them the lead. And then, I sent a text in the thread. I said, if Detroit loses this game, it's A.J. Hintz's fault, and I stand by that because there was no reason whatsoever to take out Mize. Casey Mize was in a groove. He had only thrown 62 pitches. I just don't understand why you think that you can compete against the best bullpen in baseball with one of the worst bullpens in baseball. All the Guardians wanted to do today was get to Detroit's bullpen and not see Will Vest. They accomplished that. Now they have all the momentum. They're at home. I'll be surprised if they don't win tomorrow.
You and me both. Come on, Detroit. Well, again, I did say this a moment ago, Andy. I think the universe it'll do the reverse engineer on me because I hate on Flattery so much, right? Sometimes, right? And it'll backfire. He'll come out here smoking. That boy will do the 9 Ks, of scoreless, 6 scoreless or something, you know what I mean?
Have the Guardians announced who they're throwing out? Is it Cantillo tomorrow?
I don't know, Josh. Did you see it? I felt like we said it at first. My bad if we didn't. Everybody.
Yeah, I did say it. It's Slade Ciccone.
Oh crap!
So you got your own. So you got your own blackjack Flaherty.
There you go.
It's going to be the first. It's going to be the first to 5 again tomorrow because. Ciccone almost had a no-hitter earlier this year, but outside of that, he's been really inconsistent. I was hoping Cantillo would get the ball because he's been their best pitcher over the last month. He hasn't allowed over 2 runs in his last 4 starts. But maybe they bring him out of the bullpen if Ciccone struggles, and that's the philosophy. But I'm not thrilled about Saccone starting.
No, you're not. And you just made a promo. You know that. He's oh crap.
Well, I wanted to say something else, but I don't think the FCC would go for that.
Hey, but listen, Andy, but that's why we gotta run it, because again, if they lose, you can almost book it. You can, Josh. Matter of fact, Josh, mark this, please. Timestamp this spot, because we know just to roll it back about 60 or 90 seconds where Andy says this, because this has to go. If they don't win, it's comedic gold because he's upset. Or either it's that, or I get a promo with the Flatterty. One or the other. We've done it right here, but no one's happy about their starter tomorrow, everybody. So there you go. But
Detroit has to say to themselves, where's our offense? Because early in the season, they had the #1 offense in Major League Baseball, not just the division or the American League. I mean, their bats have gone so cold, and that's why they went 40-68 over their last 108 games, because they couldn't hit the ball, and they're running into that today. They were 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position today. I don't care if it's playoffs or a regular season game. That's not going to get it done. They've got to find some offense, otherwise Cleveland's moving on to play Seattle.
Andy, they loaded the bases even in the ninth. You know what I mean? Just to your point. You know what I mean? To that extent. And you're facing a team. This is what Impress and I were just talking about, because when I had to roll myself back, because that's where the pitching staff is at, Cleveland. So no matter what we're talking about, you know what I mean? If I got to bet something, and matter of fact, real quick, what do you think about the 7? 7 is the number in terms of, since you alluded to, obviously we don't love our starters. Could be a short day, perhaps, from one of or both. And we just established that Detroit is not the bullpen we want to be getting into a bullpen game with. So not a lot of bullets in our gun on that side. What do you think about this 7 as the line on this game?
You mean the over-under?
Yeah, runs. Yes, 7 runs.
Yeah, I think it's over tomorrow. For either team to win, they have to score. And both teams are probably gonna score because they're not throwing their ace. I think if it gets to be a bullpen game, where Cleveland's got the advantage, and I think that that's what the Guardians are hoping for. So I think it's over 7 tomorrow combined for sure.
Let's jot that down. Sandman just gave you the game. All right, we'll come back. Keep it going. Got to talk about these Browns, man. The quarterback situation. I'm just confused. I'm unclear. How was this man the third-string quarterback, and we decided that the Flacco experiment is complete? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, but I'm going to let Monty and Andy tell you first what they think. It's the fastest $120. Sit tight. It's Black and White.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket.
At York Automotive Group, you'll find just what you're looking for. York! 8 locations, 11 automotive brands, and over 2,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. And every single one comes with York Cares, free of charge. Plus, if you buy from us, then find a better price later, we'll pay you the difference plus 10%. York! Find just what you're looking for. Online at yorkauto.com. See dealer for full details.
Come get more! What you're looking for. York!
It's fall, y'all. This is Jim Monthly, and I'm here to tell
856-6669. Cherrywood Golf Course, where 9 is fine if you don't have the time. Donuts, cronuts, cupcakes, cookies, cakes, pies, breads, and much more. Bakery Unlimited is Toledo's best homemade bakery, making all our baked goods from scratch and with only the freshest ingredients. From real butter and sugar to the original recipes right from our own kitchen. Bakery Unlimited provides unique, original, and high-quality baked goods for any occasion. On Secor Road, just north of the Toledo Clinic, and in Sylvania in the Saxon Square Plaza. Order online at bakeryunlimited.com. Bakery Unlimited. Baking people happy since 1989.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Ladies and gentlemen, Willie Beeman has done it again.
Gotta get to work. That's right. You know, come on. You know my name, My name is Willie Beeman. I keep the ladies creaming, and all my fans. You can defeat me. Wow. Style. Profile.
We're back in here on a Wild Card Willie Beeman Wednesday. The Browns are any given Sunday. Let me explain that when we come in here. Welcome back to the fray. Oh, boy. Shout out Jamie Foxx. What's going down? Black and White Sports in here on this Wednesday, 100.7 FM. That is the ticket. ESPN here in Toledo. I am Andre of the Savages. And this next segment is about the Sanders, I think, because I got confusion where that's concerned. So I got my 216 boots on the ground here. We like this. Andy can certainly talk about this. Cleveland involved. My man DJ Impress is here. Monty Features is here. And he knows a little thing or two about what goes on the football field. And listen, let's do this first. Hold on before I get carried away. Real quick, everybody. It's important to note that we appreciate you listening to this. And in doing so, we always encourage you to support those who support us, like my good friends at the Consignment Home Interiors. Yes. Change your decor without spending more. 6925 West Central. Tony's there. Jackie's there. An incredible showroom floor you should check out. Again, upgrades to the decor. Consignment Home Interiors. Please do me a favor. Check in. Also, for over 35 years, you would think that you would at least stop in and say hello to Mr. Powell and his family at 901 Nebraska. I don't care what sector of the citizenry or landscape you inhibit. I need you to get over there and say, I hear Black and White loves you, Mr. Powell, and you've been supporting that jackal of a goof man Savage since he started. And let Mr. Powell tell you, damn right, show you right. Thank you, Mr. Powell. Appreciate you. And everybody who is running with us, all right? We're doing it. It's a marathon, people. Big business turn bigger business. Glass City. We like to do that in the funnel, all right? Monty Features here. Andy Sands out of here. Josh Burnham in on the controls as always, and we continue. Thank you, Mama Mary's Pizza, as we engage right now in the middle of these Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes. Excuse me. All right. 419-867-9991 is how you call my man Frank. He will be loving to hear how you listen to this or watch this on the stream side at Black White Sports. Also, please keep in mind that authentic New York style thin crust pizza is here in the Glass City on Airport Highway in Holland, Ohio. So if you are into convenience, perhaps the website will fancy you just as well. MamaMarysPizza.com. Do that. All right. We'll be in these minutes until the bottom of the hour. Once again, Josh, how come?
You get the cheese.
That's right. Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes. Bing. All right, fellas. Cleveland Browns. So, you mean to tell me we've come all this way? Now we are a month into the campaign, and we realize we're not going to get as much mileage out of this Joe Flacco experiment as we thought. Didn't really give us the mileage we anticipated. So we say Looks like it's a decision that could be trending as the Giants display enough with the delay. Let's go with the new day. Okay? And so they say we go with our man Dre. Well, it's not really. I was trying to do it. It was just the dark. It was the dark. I was thinking.
I was wondering where you was
into
going
a
with
Drake
that.
May. It didn't even go right. It didn't curl. That's all. It happens every now and again. But nonetheless, we're going with the youth movement was the point. The Giants set a tone, if you will, and we were asking the question, perhaps the Browns should consider a similar thought process, perhaps for different reasons, what have you. But nonetheless, we're here, guys. Okay? So our young fella from Oregon is going to take over this week in London. Interesting set of circumstances, too, to insert his efforts here. Andy, so obviously I come to you. And, first, no, hold on, Andy, because I know you're gonna dissect it a little bit more. First, let me come to you. First impressions of this and your thoughts on the entire thing with regard to the quarterback and because you're a defender, you're a defensive lineman. How important is this? Speak for Myles Garrett, if you will, all right? And I know that's a tall order. No, again, you know what I'm saying? No confusion there. We understand, but Monty would be our best example of a Myles Garrett type. Actually, it's kind of similar in mentality, but nonetheless, speak to that on the defense and how important this is, or what are they thinking? How much of all of these elements are going into what the Browns are doing here, and even why they're doing it now.
I'll just say this: the Browns are browning. This is what they do on a regular. You know, where I come from, you got to go to the end of the line. There's no way from what I've seen. Now it's only been bite sizes, but there's no way that Shedeur should be still at 3. You know, if he should be at least 2, if not 1, because of the aspects that he brings to the offense. I think he's a lot more mobile. I think he's a lot more accurate. I want to know what he's like in a locker room,
right?
And how those guys rally around him. I can't say why they gave it to Dylan. I'm not questioning that, but I'm questioning Flacco still being 2.
Absolutely. Right.
That makes absolutely no sense to me at all. None whatsoever.
One play away.
Browns are browning.
One play away, Andy. Man says Browns are browning. What are the people saying, man? What's the energy in town?
Well, the energy is it's a new face of quarterback, and it's not Joe Flacco. That's the energy. Everybody could see, you know, whether you watched the games closely or just saw the highlights. Father Time has just caught up to Joe Flacco. He can still spin it. He can still throw a deep ball. But Stefanski wasn't giving him that opportunity, and his receivers were dropping the footballs. And then he makes decisions like the interception he threw in the first quarter against Detroit last weekend. You can't be doing that when you're on, you know, your last breath, if you will, as far as playing quarterback in the NFL. The pocket is collapsing constantly. He can't move in the pocket. He can't move out of the pocket. They traded for Cam Robinson. Hopefully that'll help the offensive line because of all the injuries they've already had up front. But Dylan is a mobile quarterback. Is he as mobile as Shedeur? Probably not. But Dylan can scramble, and Dylan can pick up first downs if he has to. And they really like his poise in the pocket. That's the one thing that keeps coming up with Kevin Stefanski choosing Dylan Gabriel is he can stand in that pocket and stay poised. They still feel like Shedeur is really frantic on his decision making when the pocket does collapse. They don't feel like he's confident enough in looking downfield and making the right read. This is similar, I think, Sav. You know, you can disagree with me on this if you want. This is an Amani Bates situation. You know, everybody was clamoring for Amani to play and everything, but the Cavs, you know, and I have my sources at the Cavs that tell me he's just not ready, and he wasn't ready. Maybe he is this year, But last year, he just still wasn't ready. Shedeur obviously is not ready to handle being a backup and being one play away, in the Browns organization's opinion. Whether that's an accurate opinion or not is to be determined. But again, everybody is making a big deal over one preseason game, and he was outstanding in that game. But if you look at the bulk of the work outside of that, he shows you he's not ready. So I think that's why Flacco's still at 2. I still think Shedeur moves up to 2 before the season's over, and he probably even sees the field before the season's over. Because if Dylan starts turning the ball over, they don't have a choice.
And I wonder again how I have no real gauge of how this is going to go because I'm not sure exactly what this guy is either. But let me ask you this, talking to Andy Sanzada here, again, 216 respectively, and always talking for the energy of the public over there. Monty Features is here, all right, our resident defensive tackle and edge rusher, all right. But how much of this do you guys think is kind of like you were saying, Andy, as you got into some of the particulars with regard to the ineptness that I guess we could just categorize some of what Flacco has done, or since we got the old guy, I guess I wonder. I'm saying this. I wonder if we have the old guy, or since we have him, why bother with these type of mistakes? Let's get these rookies in here, or at least get down that street, and perhaps we'll still get the same sort of abrasive tread here. You know what I mean? Instead of having those type, like you said, you can't have that type of error that we had, the type of interception we see from a guy that, and why we have you, the veteran, the leadership, the presence, all those things, those type of mistakes perhaps shouldn't happen. So maybe is it some of that? And let's go ahead and go to the young kid. Why bother with the mistakes there and get him with the youth movement?
I think it's some of it, but the other thing is, Sav, the thing to consider here is the playbook changes with Dylan Gabriel at quarterback.
Right.
Kevin Stefanski has more options now. He can run RPO. You can't run that with Joe Flacco. Even when Flacco was younger, you couldn't run an RPO with Joe Flacco. So, I think that is one of the biggest reasons they're making this change now. On top of that, they know that Minnesota's defensive strength is their front line. And Impress, you can go with me on this. You got Van Ginkel and you've got, those guys up front. If they're healthy, Minnesota's one of the best defenses in the NFC. So I think they know that they're going to need some mobility out of the quarterback position because Cam Robinson's only had 1 week this week to get ready to fit into that offensive line. So, I believe that is why this particular week is why this change is being made now. And it's the right time to make it because you haven't hit the heart of your division play yet.
Impress, quick question for you though too, because he suggests something that made me think: does this, from the defensive perspective, does the idea that now, like he said, the playbook changes and the options that perhaps we've been seeing this week in practice, because in the install and in terms of the game plan, are you excited at all and approach this game? Does it energize you? And how about what about the commentary that the defense received, because they went into a situation that I'm sure they expected to be competitive, but I don't think they expected to be treated as though they were not who they believe they are in terms of the defense last week and what they got from the Lions. Speak to some of that maybe and how much this will affect this Cleveland defense this week and the prospects of what this guy could do.
When you get the game plan right, you think last week you think of a Aaron Rodgers who's not really mobile in a pocket, and then you get a Joe Flacco. You as a defensive player, you thinking I'm gonna be able to pin my ears back and just go, right? Because they can't get away. Now this adds an element where you have to be a lot more disciplined. You got to stay in your lane, you got to contain and all that. So it adds a little bit more stress for you. The one thing that they have in their favor though is he's young, and young quarterbacks tend to have questionable decision making, right? So if you can get to him, you can possibly make some mistakes, right? But you won't be able to go at him like you would have been a Flacco who can't go anywhere once you put the heat on him. He just can't move. Never really was mobile ever.
And Minnesota's strength is their pass rush.
Yes.
And that's why I think this is the week they're making this decision. It's very possible, Sav, and this would be Browning of the Browns impressed. They go back to Flacco after this week if Dylan doesn't look the part. I mean, that's something
that would happen. Do you think that's what they would do?
I think they're dumb enough to consider it because he's still number 2. But if Dylan shows any signs of moving the offense, then they can't. They can't. I would just cut Flacco, give him a chance to go be a backup on a team that's going to the playoffs and maybe win another Super Bowl. Maybe go to Cincinnati and be the starter there potentially, or New Orleans or someplace that needs a quarterback. But I would just, unless his presence in the locker room is what's holding this team together. Right. And I say that because they're 1-3, and they should be 2-2. But I just don't see a reason to keep him on the roster if you're not going to utilize him enough.
And unfortunately, that kills the confidence of a young quarterback.
Black and White Sports, everybody. All right, we're moving to Cleveland Browns. What's really going on with this, and what are we really trying to do here? All right, we're gonna come back. College football, everybody. We got an interesting weekend coming up, so I'm gonna project a few things and maybe even a few NFL items before we get out of here. All right, sit tight. It's Black and White.
Join Andre of the Savages weekdays 4 to 6 on Black and White Sports. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
Must qualify.
check out our collection of man-made color diamonds. In my 40 years, I have never seen anything like it.
Stop in and see me at Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers. Man-made diamonds are 100% real diamonds.
And they're exclusively sold at Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers.
For an array of classic and creative pizzas, visit Pizza Cat, now with 2 locations in Toledo, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. You can build your pizza as weird as you want it. To place an order and earn perks towards future orders, go to pizzacat.com. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza.
In this free agency, man, I'm a free agent. I really don't got no job. Who should sign me in free agency?
I think New York need a quarterback right now.
New York? Who?
The Giants.
Okay, brother.
Yeah,
thank you.
They
I'll give him a call.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think?
For sure.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
All right, fresh scent maneuvers. I didn't know what to call them, Josh. That's what this is. It's funny. I didn't mean to really do it. I looked at my notes and it was fresh scent. These plays that I'm getting ready to share with these people. Some things I'm thinking, everyone, before we get ready to get out of here. Last time today, rocking and rolling with our man Andy Sanzada. He's here, live from Cleveland. Brother Impress is here. DJ Monty Features is here. Mix that all up. Hold on, it's Monty Features. He's DJ Impress. Let me hold on, because I just too new. Y'all don't know him well enough yet to mess that up. Get that straight. By the way, you can call him too. He'll give you his number before we go. I'd like to get the big business around here. Andy, we got to get you a company, man. We got to get you your own situation. I'm tired of you. Really. I mean, I endorse the job. We respected that, but we want you to be able to say the hell with that.
Listen, man, I honestly, Sam, other than calling games for a living, with you and doing games on TV, I've never been happier at my job on a day-to-day basis.
All right, we like that. Hey, I'm not mad at it.
It's my stress levels are lower. I'm sleeping better at night. I'm taking care of my family.
No doubt.
It's a blessing. It truly is.
Okay. No, I ain't mad at that, brother. No, that's all. We like the ownership, man. We like the ownership.
I get it.
It gets tricky. The world gets tricky. You'll walk in.
By the way, I didn't get a chance to tell you. I have to tell you this real quick. I had, did I tell you about the 8-man football? The games I've been doing on the radio for the 8-man football?
No, no.
Cardinal Stretch is in the 8-man football because they don't have a big enough program, right?
Right.
I'm actually doing their game in a couple of weeks against St. Mary's Central Catholic. Saturday night, St. Mary's was favored by at least 3 or 4 touchdowns, and they ended up losing 29-28 on a 2-point conversion. It was one of the best high school games I've ever gotten to call in my career.
What's that like? What was the feel like? Because I haven't seen one of these games.
It's very different. So the field is, they shrink the field because they put tape down the sidelines because the field's not as wide.
Right.
It's as long, but it's not as wide. And then it's 8-on-8 instead of 11-on-11. So you get a lot of running plays. But we had some big plays downfield and everything. And when you have a close game, it can be exciting. When it's a blowout, it's very boring because they'll run the same play over and over and over again. But I'll be interested to see if Cardinal Stretch can hang in there in a couple of weeks.
Yes. Shout out, man, to those kids and those young men out there, like going through that. Because again, I actually hit close to home because I had my nephew was affected by that program and the shutdown of it. He going into his senior year.
Yeah, Toledo Christian, I think, is another program that's in there too. So
yeah, man. So no, as long as those guys again keep on marching, man, that's one of the things. So we respecting that too. The 8-man work, no doubt. Cardinal Stretch and TC, like you said, Andy, appreciate that, man. And again, catch him. We'll have to let you know about that as we move through the football campaign. All right, Black and White Sports. We continue, and like I said, I got some college nuggets, I think, right here. So some conversation to have with these gentlemen too, because got another interesting weekend coming up. Some of these matchups, there are a few, but I just pulled out a couple that I think we might be able to do some damage on people. Okay, so we'll walk down the list here, but I will have Monty and Andy give me their thoughts, and maybe they'll say something in here that will convince me to perhaps change my mind. But early projections, these look like some on-fire maneuvers. Josh, you can go ahead. You can hit me with whatever you want to do because I'm ready to go. Whatever I see pop up on the ledger, I'm ready to address. Okay, perfect place to begin. Bama right here I have Bama actually, because they're at home and because the eyes are on them for sure. And when you add the prospect of last season's fiasco and embarrassment at the hands of Vandy, there are elements that tell me, especially with what we saw last week, because that was a hell of a statement from the Crimson Tide. All things considered, I think we're going to rewrite Coach DeBoer's terms when all this is said and done. And I think a momentum is starting to build here. And if they can go out here and dominate, I think they win the game anyway, gentlemen. I think a money line play is here, but you're not going to make much money on that unless we're going to go ahead and group a parlay. But the minus 10.5 here, I like, because no one's going to take it because of what I just said and the fact that Vandy is for real. Their official is not to mock them in any way because they bring in the heat. This is going to be very real. But again, I think no one's betting this, Andy, and for that reason, I think I might lay these points with Bama. I'll be obviously watching the line, but I like their energy right here. Do this impressive, they become an entirely different narrative as we move forward.
Yeah, I was going to tell you to take Bama to cover this week because I think that the motivation of beating Vanderbilt after what happened last year, I think their defensive line is going to get to Paiva a couple of times. And Simpson is becoming one of the stronger quarterbacks in the country.
Impressed. Go ahead. You want to add to that at all?
No, I take Bama to cover this week too. I think that they showed some growth last week, and they look good.
All right, let me move on. Let's see what you got, Josh. I knew it. I was getting ready to say, all right, watch this, Florida State. Okay. A different sort of tenor, but almost similar in that, especially with, let's see, the Seminoles, they're at the crib, right? Is this Florida State is at the crib? I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I think Florida State is at the crib here. And you're getting 4.5 here. I think the narrative on the Seminoles is a little twisted. I get that you could take shots at a lot of what's gone on to some degree, and even some of the preceding energy coming into the season as a whole. But they too, I think, are in an excellent spot here. I think Miami could be had. If Miami wins this, they escape by the hairs of their chinny chin chin, because I'm going to respect what they've been doing this year. We're not trying to crap on that in any way, but I do think for, like I said, everybody, our purposes here, I think this is a quality look. You want to get this 4.5 while you can. It may be 3.5 by kickoff. That would be a concern, but I love the plus 164 money line. Florida State can damn sure win this. There's plenty of incentive on the line, but Impress, I heard you flare up right here. I think you must have some love for this matchup.
I'm actually taking Florida State in this one. Rivalry games, you throw out the records. Miami's been playing good, but for some reason I'm feeling Florida State this weekend.
Not mad at that. Andy, again, I get his energy there. As much as Beck and these boys, we roll it, I got it, but they can be had too. We're getting deep into the season, and I feel like when we want to start building that parity as we start to embark on this tournament that we're all looking forward to, you got to have a few blips in the road almost for everybody so you don't know who to lean on later. And I think this is a spot right here for Miami to have their day of not okay.
This game is always close. So I think 4.5 is too much. I think Miami covers.
Absolutely. That's all. And that's all that's all we're doing right here is some of my weekend fresh scent work, right? And we're doing it in the college square. So we continue. Josh Burnham, what we got? Okay, and then he bring my guys up. Listen, I don't like this at all. Everybody, I'm gonna be very honest with the Michigan Nation. Go Blue Nation. Rick, if you're looking at it, I don't like it, Rick. Our guy's not okay here. Obviously, I don't want to go as far as to say Wisconsin beats them, but boy, no, it doesn't shock me if they were to shake up the field and all of what's happening this season, but I won't go that far. The 17.5 is ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure that number one, that's the wrong graphic because Michigan's not undefeated. and I think Wisconsin's 2-2.
Well,
So,
yeah, I didn't even notice that part. I just want to make, we got Josh to get that. We want to fix that job. But thank you, Andy, on the pickup. But nonetheless.
Yeah,
still,
but I think
too much, way too much.
Luke Fickell is a terrible head coach. I think Michigan covers.
Really? I don't know, because you feel like, see, Andy, if that's the narrative, a lot of people maybe, I don't know if that's fair to Coach Fickell. I don't know that. I mean, but I don't follow Wisconsin enough to sort of debate that part. But
I don't have to follow Wisconsin. I saw what he couldn't do at Ohio State.
See, he hasn't
been successful since.
That's what it is. It's really the ire and the angst from other times. But it's a bad spot. I don't know here. I mean, it's at the big house, so I guess there's the lean. That's probably why you got the other 3 points.
And it's a noon kickoff. It's the big noon kickoff. It's Fox's game this week. I just don't see Wisconsin showing up. I don't see it.
Not mad. Impressed. You agree?
I'm not sold on the money line. I'm not
Yeah, no, I don't want to sell that one. Don't put me on the frame with the money line thing, but I don't like the 17.5. I just don't. Right. Wisconsin will raise up, Fickell or not. These guys, again, they understand what's going on. This is still tried and true Big Ten activity here. So I think we get a standard display is what I guess I'm saying.
I think it'll be a lot closer than 17.
Okay. All right, Josh, let's go. Moving on. Now here, once again, I feel like we're dealing with a reverse line sort of energy. If Jeff were here, he would understand exactly what I'm saying, because I think they run a con and trick you to some degree. A lot of people probably not believing that Florida is capable of standing up in this situation. Or do we believe what we've been seeing from the Longhorns? There's a couple of ways to angle the questions here. At the end of the day, I still just like it. I would probably make this a touchdown and a half. I'd go 7.5. I just hate a 6.5 line for me, because it's too easy to get beat on that. But I do like the money line. I think this could be the shakeup here, Andy, of possibly the, our trail and our path to this postseason. What would we do if we had a cataclysmic upset? They might categorize this if we got this, but I just think it's a great spot for Florida. I certainly would make it a touchdown for me.
I mean, I think Florida has to have this game. It's in the swamp, right? It's in Florida.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I don't think Arch Manning can handle that atmosphere. He couldn't handle Ohio Stadium. I don't think he handles the swamp either. I think Florida wins. They don't just cover; they win.
Impressed. You seen any improvement though from Manning here? I mean, the tide. I thought it was turning. I don't know. Maybe is this a redemption spot then to prove to people like Andy? No, I'm a big game guy, because right here is certainly on the equivalent channel of what we did in Old State. So maybe I can redeem right here.
I have actually not been impressed with Texas. Not at all. I think the competition they face has not. Anytime you put pressure on him, he makes mistakes in my eyes. So I think Florida's good as well. I take Florida.
Yeah, definitely the cover right here, everybody. Again, this is a game they can win, and it certainly will shake up the picture moving forward. Always keep that in mind, everybody, because you often wonder, how do we get to these confusing states of scenarios at the end that you all know we will certainly inherently have? So keep asking yourself, how will we get there? That is why I caution everybody, Buckeyes, I caution you with Penn State. I don't respect them. I don't think it should be a challenge whatsoever. I'm very clear here, but I don't like it. I bet you when it's time to smell that, it will be funky, because that would be a perfect place to pop the entire nation right there. Because other than that, we can kill the Penn State argument. We talked about this. We know that's a done deal.
Penn State big games though.
Penn State loses to Ohio State.
I know all the time. I'm trying to paint a betting. Again, none of this is news to Andre, ladies and gentlemen. But right. I'm trying to help you not lose your money, because that is exactly why people lose money, because they go betting that. That's not the game. Listen, the analysis game and talking about what's the facts of what's happening on the field and maybe what we're watching on display, that's good. That's where the confusion comes, because all of that stuff a lot of times is true. Penn State, there's nobody in their right mind who would bet on Penn State against Ohio State this time. Especially those who got last year with that bull crap. And then what we just saw, out of Penn State, and you know they're fluky Luke in general. You're looking at Franklin, you're like, man, come on. Would you just leave? You would just say to yourself, why don't you just walk off on your own before this gets any worse, right? And it's right there when they get you, because the Buckeyes are looking damn near invincible. Why I say this is because their thing is going to continue to build the momentum that as far as them, and this is every year, they're only going to keep getting better and sharper. Even if they lose here, you're still going to see the play changes. I'll give the Buckeyes that as we get, later into the year. But like I said, be leery of that weekend when we get
and the difference is Ohio State can lose that game and still get in.
Exactly.
Penn State cannot lose that game.
And they don't want to lose that market value. You can't take the Nittany Lions out of the plan. There's a projection. Now, if they pulled it off, because they can and they will, you know what I mean? The administrators will be very unhappy. But no, Andy, because of that right there, I want everybody to keep that in mind when it's time to bet Penn State, Ohio State, because Ohio State has nothing really to lose there except a little bit of pride and a little bit of commentary from people like Greeny and these boys. That's not enough.
And the other thing to keep in mind is you have the matchup of Jim Knowles, who won a national championship with Ohio State, as their defensive coordinator. He is now Penn State's defensive coordinator.
Right.
So there's that extra, pizzazz about that game around that, because people are not happy, even though Matt Patricia's been brilliant so far. They're still not happy the way that Knowles left and went to Penn State. So that's going to be hanging over that game as well.
Yeah, but just something to keep in mind. I'm trying to paint the picture. Last one too, Josh. I'm sorry, I had last one. Washington and Maryland was another one. I thought, like I said, I poured out a couple that I thought were, some possibilities for us, everybody, this weekend. And again, Washington, because I'm a little familiar, I've gotten a chance to see them. I'm not necessarily disrespecting them. And Maryland is a little more questionable, even though the game's on the road. They're laying 6.5, and that's respect from the odds maker. So you have to give credence to Washington at the very least. Take them on the money line going into Maryland. I'm sure it'll still be a good game. All right.
I mean, if Ohio State wasn't Ohio State, then Washington would have beaten Ohio State.
Thank you.
So Washington's a very good team. However, don't look over Maryland. They're 4-0 for a reason. They've got a lot of talent, and I think they can steal this game.
But they're at home, and you like that. But like you said, Andy, because they're undefeated, once again, is why I love Washington in that spot.
I get the betting side of it.
Right. Yeah,
I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Maryland wins the game. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. All right, everybody, there it is.
One quick update. Bottom of the ninth, 1 out. San Diego leads the Cubs 3-0.
Yeah, Cubs just out here whiffing away. They just look ridiculous on a Wednesday. Whiffing Wednesday is the Chicago Cubs right now.
Well, Machado hit a big 2-run homer. That was the difference in the game. And San Diego has a very strong bullpen. So this will definitely go to a decide-all game tomorrow.
There you have it, man, fellas. Hey, man, appreciate it, guys. An incredible job today, man. Impressed. You starting to get, it's almost like double dutch. You starting to get smooth, brother. Appreciate you, man, definitely. And coming in through here, brother. We like it, man. Hopefully, like I said, we keep the momentum going. Andy Sanzada, as always, doing what you do, brother. Appreciate you. What's your situation? I always got to ask you, Andy. Tomorrow, where we at on Thursday?
Good? Thursday. Yeah, we're good tomorrow. 5:15, 5:10, whatever it is, till top of the hour. I'll be in for the second.
Yes, sir. All right, man. We see what we can do too, man. Aunt Greg's been at me, man. I got to get Big Dog in here and get Uncle around here too, man, because he been ready to, go crazy on you guys too, especially with all this Browns talk, man. I know he likes to get in on that. So we'll see what we can do on a Thursday, everybody. See what Jeff is doing. See if we can make some money. We're getting close to the weekend. It'll be great, everybody. I got a few NFL diamonds in the rough. I call them works in progress. It was supposed to be today, so I'll turn it into a Thursday, but I got some work too, man, that I'm looking at for this weekend as well. All right, everybody. So thank you very much. Each and every day we do it 4 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. It's called Black and White Sports, and it is the fastest $1.20 in sports, as you just saw. Okay, so please be kind, be respectful, and enjoy this wild card work tonight. Never cheat on your wife, and always handle your business today.
Where we're at now, it can't be what is the end going to look like. It has to be we have to take care of business today and then tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His store and more, the Man Superstore Studios.